thanks for joining me. And again, I've got to say, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm just on the way home from Molineux, where I've just watched Wolves 0, Nottingham Forest 1. First of all, it was an unchanged starting 11 from Sunday's West Midlands derby against Villa, and all the encouragement, all the hope, all the optimism that we took from a very narrow and hard-fought defeat on Sunday, sadly it's disappeared. We gave no fight at all, and our man of the match again was our goalie Sam Johnston, because he made a tremendous save in the second half from a free kick, and then there was another point blank diving save, but even he flapped at the ball when for their winner, when Igor Jesus headed the winner. But what can I say? The Middlesbrough fans will be laughing at Rob Edwards, the task what he's taken. I don't think it's ever happened in the history of Premiership football or First Division as it used to be, that a team has gone through the whole season without winning a game. But looking at the performance tonight, it's hard to see where our first win is going to come from, because we were hoping after Sunday that first win might have been tonight, because on the same day, Nottingham Forest lost 2-0 at home against Brighton, and maybe there was a shift in momentum, but that was quickly laid to rest. And as it stands now, we're for what it's worth, we're 8 points behind Burnley, and we're way behind the rest. So realistically, we're down, and we're going to have to start planning for next season. But it was pretty symptomatic of the season so far. We only lost 1-0, say only, but you lost at home again, and we let teams come to Molineux and we let them dominate us, and so it proved again tonight, because again we've got two Brazilian internationals, current internationals in midfield, but Andre and João Gomes, they're basically defenders who play in midfield, because they stop the other team attacking, but they don't really break and set up any chances. I hope I'm not being too harsh and overreacting to a defeat, but I didn't see any hope, any light, any chinks of darkness, because they say every cloud has a silver lining, but I didn't see any tonight. And again, you know, like in the first half, we were let out of jail because we had one disallowed for when Larson was in front of the goalie. When Larson's goal was ruled out, when Harris was in front of the Villa goal, and it was deemed offside, and we were let out of jail for the same reason when Igor Jesus headed in a goal, and it took a long 5 minutes from the VAR for them to disallow it. But we were out of jail, so half time we went in 1-0 down, and we didn't make any changes at half time. But our best chance of the whole game came early in the second half. It was about 3 minutes in. It was Chachu who broke down on the right, put in a great cross, diving header for Arias in front of goal. We were expecting the net to, you know, the ball to nestle in the back of the net, because we were in the Stan Cullis or the North Bank lower, but he headed it wide. When Wang came on, perhaps, well, he should have cut out that cross for their goal, for Jesus' header, but he didn't. Again, when we played at home against Crystal Palace the other week, when Edwards' first game, and we lost 2-0, Wang gave away the ball, and they helped themselves to the second, and so Wang's substitution proved costly for us and profitable for Nottingham Forest. And thankfully Morgan Gibbs-White didn't score tonight. And another minus mark was that Joao Gomez got needlessly booked, and now he's suspended for the Man United game. Man United must be licking their chops for that. And thankfully, mercifully for me, I'm at work on a 2 till 11 shift, so I'm going to miss that game. But it comes to something, if you've got to say something for that, you're not looking forward to watching your team play. Even the substitutions, it didn't really help us, although it was good to see Matheus Mane come on, and he was probably had his best game because he was quite involved. But again, he needs to get a bit stronger. But that's just not a criticism, it's just an observation. He's just a young lad playing against experienced, hardened, experienced players. Out of the outfield players, I've got to say that Totti Gomez was arguably our best player. Mosquera was strong, and what's his name, Agbadou didn't really put a foot wrong, but Munetsi was injured. He came on a sub, so we spent about the last 5-10 minutes with 10 men. But I say we're cut adrift, and it looks like we're down realistically. If you say anything else, I don't see how things are going to change. We'll obviously try and change things in January, but which decent player is going to want to come to Wolves unless it's just on a 6-month loan? But there's not too many chinks of hope. I'd say arguably our man of the match was Sam Johnston and Totti Gomez of the outfield players, but at least Matheus Mane came on, and it'll be interesting to see who replaces Joao Gomez for the game on Monday night against Man United. But all we're playing for is pride, really, and hope that we don't set any records, because Derby's record of 11 points, that looks a long way away. And it's, as I said at the start, it's hard to see where our next win is going to come from, if at all. But another bad night for Wolves. It finished Wolves 0, Nottingham Forest 1. Let me know what you think. But whatever happens, we'll keep supporting Wolves. Good night.